All right, mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. All right, mic check 1 2. All right, that. There we go. Just. Let's see here. You know, generally, you don't win a war without firing a shot. But that's what happened today. First of all, I want to give a big shout out. Happy Sunday to everybody. Hopefully if you're a sports man or woman, hopefully your favorite team won. And if they lost, it's all right. Off season starts here in a few more weeks. Here we go. You know, the black and tan is a specialty drink. You take half a glass of Bass, half a glass of Guinness, and you get this mixture going, and it separates right at the half. And you want the Guinness head to be at the top. It's a perfect drink, especially when it's not cold, but ice cold. But shout out to people in the chat. This is a late night stream. We need to get the West Coast people involved. Shout out to Corey Massey. What's happening? Jutaco Game 3. What's happening? So T3 Media says he's from Houston. Shout out to him. And what about allegedly the Star Wars movie has made $1 billion according to I can't think of the name. Box Office Mojo. So shout out to the Star Wars movie making $1 billion in 3 weeks. Not bad for something that they said was dead. As you all can see, the Nightbot is available. Yeah, it's outright. It's terrorizing the chat already. So it moves extremely fast. And like I said, I have no idea how to control it. It's, all I can do is hope to contain it. I can't control it. So it is what it is. So Lansville Paul, what's happening? Oh, what's up, Sick Humor? What's happening? What's happening? So shout out to Sick Humor. Want to give a big shout out to J-Tech TV. I was a guest on his podcast earlier. J Love was on there. A couple other people. Snow Bunny was on there. So, but shout out to J-Tech. That podcast went for about, I don't know if it was an hour and a half or 2.5 hours. It was something like that. Ended about 4:30. But go check that out. I also want to give a big shout out to Jay Barry. I know there's a lot of J's out there. 2 different people, of course. So yeah, Jay Barry did a Speak From Your Heart podcast early this morning. Know a lot of folk was still probably getting in from church and things like that. Hit that like button for me, people, when you come in, if you don't mind. So, yeah, shout out to Kid Smooth. He had a podcast, I guess, last night where he had his Discord going, and a lot of people were in there. So, but at the end of the day, the console war, I mean, I'm going to do something that you all probably didn't think I was going to do. You know what? I thought about this, for the afternoon. I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to praise Matt Shake, don't smack your booty, because at the end of the day, what he did was he ended that whole console war. At this point, there's nothing left to talk about. I mean, there's nothing to talk about when it comes to this stuff. I was over because somebody sent me a screenshot of Jack Reacher's comment section, and they're still talking about the Series X having 12 T flops and the PS-5 having 9.2 T flops. Now let's be honest. This has been shot down. I mean, I love what that guy who put these rumors out said. He said, just because I am verified doesn't mean my information is. My information is not verified. So, but shout out to him for doing that. And I mean, I'm not here to say, look, I don't care. I understand. I said this on JTech's podcast earlier. I understand why the people who are going to buy this Series X are only talking about hardware. Again, it makes sense to me because that's what I would be doing. But Matt Booty, he backed down today. He does not want, I guess you kids would say, smoke. You know, Matt Booty does not want no smoke with the PS5. And to his credit, see, I'm gonna pull the article here so people don't think I'm trolling, because you got some jabronis out there who think, you're just trolling, you know. So I mean, it surprised me, but it's on Reset. Is it how you want to call it? Reset Era. And let's see here. I'll try to load this up. And what he did, it was genius because he took all the air out of the balloon. Let's go ahead and share this. This is a real article. I mean, this is on other places. So let me go here. I'll bring it down so you all can kind of see it a little bit better. I know that big. I'm going to replace that up there probably this week. So, but pretty much, I mean, you all can read this article. I left a link in the description. But he said he isn't interested in a head-to-head bout. I mean, that's a quote. So there is no head-to-head bout. I'm just here to let people know. So, and this is what I was saying before. I mean, I'm not going to get a new Xbox. So I don't have anything really to report on it. I certainly hope it does exactly what the people said it was going to do. I certainly hope that, because there's a group of people that they're unhappy with what Xbox has done this generation. So, you know, I heard other podcasters today saying that Microsoft pretty much crapped the bed this generation. Sony delivered, Microsoft did not, so forth and so on. You know, what I do want to do is I appreciate what Matt Booty has done here, because there is no more console war. Because all people are going to do is point out, well, Matt Booty isn't interested in going head to head. They don't want no smoke. As the kids will say, now you all know me. I want the smoke. You know, I want all the smoke. But Microsoft is backing down, and again, they're not stupid. They know that Sony's console is going to blow theirs out of the water. If Sony can release something called a logo and it be tracked and on social media more times than anything in whatever history, whatever you want to call it, I'm not for sure how that's worded, but there's no reason to be in a head-to-head with a company like that. I mean, they can come out and not even show something, just say, yeah, it's coming, and more people get excited based on the way the social media is structured. There's really nowhere else to take this. So I feel bad for these people who have these podcasts that are based on the console war. At this point, I don't know what they're going to do. So, I mean, look, it's not, you know, we all know that, you know, even White Zaddy came out last year and said that the T-flop war is over. It's going to be about content. So, I mean, again, if Game Pass is where you want to lay your head at night, and there's nothing wrong with that. I played Game Pass today. I beat Gears 5. I enjoyed Gears 5. It had a Kraken in there. It looked like the same Kraken from Aquaman, but nevertheless, it was a Kraken. and I enjoyed that cracking. I like using the hammer. Is it called a Hammer of Dawn or something like that? Anyway, they got this gun that shoots from these satellites. It's actually pretty neat how it does it. But I enjoyed Gears 5. I'm not, I've liked Gears since they showed it at E3 back in the day when Cliffy B, I think, showed the game. And so I've been a fan of Gears. I even like Gears Judgment. So I enjoyed it. I beat it today. I took something called a screenshot because these idiots want something called receipts. So, but I beat it. I may play it again. I enjoyed it. I like Gears. So I'm gonna start playing either Outer World, which I played Outer Worlds for a couple of hours, and I'm gonna start playing Halo Reach. That's my favorite Halo, and now that it's available, and now I can play it at whatever high graphic ultra. I think I played it in ultra settings. I got to go back and look again, but so I'm excited about that. But I am so glad Matt Booty did this. I mean, because at this point, what are these knuckleheads going to say now? I mean, there's nothing to talk about. There isn't. I mean, you're talking about the same group of people though, who, even though Jim Ryan and the CEO of Sony's thing and Lisa Su came out and said, yeah, look, the PlayStation is going to have hardware-based ray tracing. They're still doing podcasting, and it's not going to happen. So obviously, they just are at this point, they're just lying. I don't know what else to say at this point. I'm not here to count T-flops or anything like that because it's not going to matter with the way Navi is set up. There were some articles out about how Sony's going to be able to have 2 or 3 calculations going at the same time. I don't know how that works. So, and that could be the secret sauce. Everybody knows the secret sauce for the Pro is it's a hybrid. The Pro is a hybrid with Vega and something else, but it's got a lot of Vega architectures in it. That's why you get the rapid pack math and things like that. So, but look, I'm excited for what Matt Booty's done here. He don't want no smoke with the PS-5. Microsoft wants us to power our dreams, and that's their trademark for their console. And I back that. I mean, I back their console. I mean, I certainly hope it does well. I'm not buying it, but it is what it is. So, what could make Booty back down though? This the whole back and forth. It's gotten monotonous at this point. Both the consoles are going to do the exact same thing, except PlayStation will have VR. And the only reason we know that is because Sony has confirmed it. Sony's confirmed VR, and Microsoft has confirmed through Phil Spencer that VR is not going to be there. They're not concentrating on it. So yeah, it is what it is. Well, yeah, with 2-3 Media's Houston choked. I mean, they blew 24-0? I mean, that was bad. That's as bad as the Houston Oilers back in the day. They blew a 31-0 lead. So don't feel too bad. Well, that Guinness is good. So it is what it is, though, people. So I know Sick will get up tomorrow and do another podcast on this. So it's Megan Davo, the console war is over. I mean, a shot was not fired. It wasn't like the start of the Revolutionary War in America. That's the shot heard around the world. Just it is what it is. So I just can't believe it ended like this. I mean, it just is over. So Sam Mad said that the code of Xbox does damage controlling. I just don't know what there is left to talk about. They're saying that PS5 won't have, PS5 is going to have cross-gen games and things like that. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know if they're going to have cross-gen or backwards compatibility. I don't know. I'll just wait on them. I don't know what else to say. They probably will, but I've got people saying things like, they're going to be able to play all their games that are at 30 FPS at 60. I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen. Now, I mean, the PS5 games are the games that are on PS5 that are already open framed, they may be able to get those to 60 frames a second or something like that. But a game that's already got a locked frame rate, I mean, there's nothing that Sony has said to confirm or deny that they're going to be able to do that. I mean, there's not. So I would not run with that, you know. So who I don't know. I don't know who hit that, but yeah, you only hit the like button. So hit that like button. Dark Side Havoc, long time no here. So everybody's saying the console war is over. Yeah, well, these clowns are gonna have to. I don't know what they're gonna do now. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it. I love it. It's not something I was gonna really be talking about anyway. Because Cyberpunk's coming out, even though I'm not buying that, because it's called Cyberpunk. Final Fantasy's coming out. So all they're hanging their head on now, it seems, from what I understand, is they're just talking about the stuff that's been shot down. They're still bringing it up in conversations. So John Saul said he's got his Nintendo Switch coming. All right. So I bet maybe you and Snow Bunny can stream some content. So Sick Humor said the war was over when they accepted this gen. Well, yeah. I mean, to me, I thought Microsoft had a good start to the generation. They actually had a lot of what cracks me up is that they had a bunch of launched games this generation. I mean, they had that zombie game. Was it Dead Rising 3? I think it was. Metal Gear launched on that console. That was a launch game. Titanfall came out like 5 or 6 months after the launch. It's still in the launch window. Killer Instinct, I think, launched on the console. So it's not like they had a lot of launch content. So for them to go from 4 to 6 games at launch to no games, except cross-platform games. Yes, I think Halo will be there. And I'm sure they'll get something else out because they'll have somebody's going to put something else out, and I don't know if it'll be first party, but it is what it is. Now you have Jason Schreier. He is reporting that PS5 will have PS5 games at launch. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what PS5's launch is going to be. It looks like, because the only game I've seen is Godfall. I mean, I'm not buying that. Now, if they get a Gran Turismo out at launch, I will buy that day one. So, I will buy that day one. So, but yeah, the console war is over. Let me make a banner here. And I'll give credit where credit is due. Microsoft ended the console war. Yeah, it's over. The console war is over. And again, to Microsoft's credit, they're the ones who ended it. So, like I said, they don't want. I mean, you all call it free. Y'all call it smoke. So they don't want no smoke from Sony. So well, Lansville Paul, he just dropped one a little bit earlier. He didn't mention this though, so I don't know how. Y'all got to watch out for that Nightbot. It's on. I don't know how to control it, so I can't control it. I can't stop it. All I can do is control it. So what's up, J-Dog? So I do not. I don't begrudge Microsoft at all. This is not me trying to sound facetious or like some arrogant ass. It's over. The console war is over. So folks are going to have to move on. You got, Zaire has declared Sony the true king of the North. I don't know what that means, but that's what he's done. So you had people in Jack Reacher's comment section saying, they were mad, I guess, because the ponies were over there trolling the hell out of them. And they were like, well, you all won't say that on RDX. You all won't say that on RDX. And I was like, well, what's RDX going to say? That Matt Booty didn't say this? I mean, now, of course, tomorrow being Monday, Matt Booty will say something totally different, so that's why I'm just kind of like, well, here we go. yeah, the secret sauce for the PS5 that now Lisa Sue has brought that up. The only reason why I bring up secret sauce is because Lisa Sue of AMD, they have brought up secret sauce. So have to wait and see what it is. So yeah, I mean Sony has already won. So it's I mean based on what Matt Booty said, like, hey, look, there ain't no head. He's avoiding a head-to-head. So. And I don't know what Sony's going to have at launch. I mean, they showed one game, which is fine. I mean, I'm not, but what else are they going to have? I mean, Madden will be there. It'll be cross-gen. FIFA will be there. It'll be cross-gen. We know those are coming out because they always come out. The NBA basketball game, 2K, whatever it's going to be, that'll be cross-gen. So, but, that's just now is The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima and all that. Will that be cross-platformed or whatever you want to call it? I don't know. Cross-gen, whatever I don't know. All I know is like this little guy in my avatar, he would say, "Do you know the way?" So, and I don't think Matt Booty knows the way. So, yeah, I think Microsoft putting games on PC and them singing Kumbaya about it is stupid. And of course, and shout out to Snow Bunny, like she was saying, because her observation was the same as mine, which is they don't like the fact that the games are on. They don't like the fact that their games are going to PC. So to find some kind of solace, they say, well, Sony's going to do the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know the way? That's what this guy always says. So. It's actually pretty funny. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So, yeah, Matt Booty could be playing Mind Game. Mind's playing tricks on you. Ghetto Boys. So, Microsoft decided to be bigger men and NPS. Well, to me, I think it's a class move. I think it's a classic move because why keep going back and forth? They have a social media presence. They have people that they've hired to watch social media, and they know that these clowns are going back and forth. They're going back and forth for no reason. I don't know what else to say at this point. I mean, if I were to be invited on one of those podcasts, I would say, guys, look, it doesn't matter what I say, or Matt Shake Your Booty has said that they don't want no smoke. So it's over. You're all going to have to find something else to do. So talk about the games that are coming out. I mean, let's do that. So PlayStation Podcast Sick Humor said that he got the Xbox day one for Killer Instinct. You'll never buy an Xbox. Yeah, but again, my point is that it had launch exclusives, and now they're defending not having it. I don't get how that works. I mean, how exactly does that work? It was okay to have launch exclusives with 360. But now with the new one, they don't care that there's not any. I don't get that. I don't understand it. So, it is what it is. Yes. Do you know the way? So, anybody checked on it? No, why would you? You don't have to check on anybody. It's over. It's over. It's like the end of World War II when the soldiers just went home. Like the soldiers just walked home. Didn't matter. They were fighting on Tuesday, and on Wednesday they went home. Called a ceasefire, and they worked out a peace plan. It's like, all right, everybody needs to go home. And that's what they did. They just went home. So it said base PS4 secret sauce was its 8. Oh, okay. Yeah, it may be. I don't know. So I don't know what's going on with it's called the secret sauce. So, but again, it's been confirmed by AMD. You all do not have to. You all can look that up yourselves. So I'm not here to talk about the secret sauce. I mean, they'll unveil that sooner or later. So they'll unveil that hopefully sooner, because I know there's a lot of people who want specs. It's just they want specs. Which I don't know why, because all they're going to do is say, the PS5, they will say the PS5 will support 4K native gaming. It will support 4K Blu-rays. It will support 3D sound. And with gaming, if developers choose to employ it or deploy it it will have a ray tracing hardware-based solution on the games. That's I don't know what else down, and then they'll go a little more into how they were able to do it. They'll do that a little bit at the unveiling that they're supposed to have, but again, more people are not going to want to see that or hear that. They're going to want to see the games being played. You dig? So I mean, once they do that, that's all people are going to want. And then Mark Cerny or whoever else, they'll have a sit down and whatever, Wired Magazine or CNET or something like that, and then they'll go more into the what's going on. Maybe Mark Cerny sits down with Lisa Sue and there's a combined interview, things like that. So, which I would love to see. And can you imagine the brain power sitting there? Lisa Sue worth close to $200 million, sitting there with that grin on her face because she's destroyed Intel, and now she's pulling up. She's riding around the block at NVIDIA's headquarters. She's clocking them. So it is what it is. But I love what Matt Booty did here. I'm a fan of Matt Booty. He's telling the truth. What's up, Hans Peter? So so it's I like what he did. He just kind of took everything out. He's just kind of like, I don't got no, he ain't got no beef with Sony. It's not going to be no head to head as far as it's concerned from him. And guess what? He probably didn't do that interview, and he probably had to get that clear with Phil Spencer. He had to clear that with Phil Spencer. So Phil Spencer don't want no smoke either. So, I mean, again, and it could be maybe the PS5 will be more powerful. I don't know. I mean, again, it won't matter to me because I'm getting the PS5 as soon as I can put it in layaway or put it in reserve, whatever you want to call it. I'm doing it. So now I will not do it until I get my 5700 XT. So that way, when my computer turns on, it'll say, "Do you know the way?" So, this it is what it is. So, it's Rusty great. Yeah, they had, which means more than likely there's a rapid pack mass solution with this new stuff with RDNA. We'll have to wait and see though. There's no reason to get into these back and forths with people because Sony is going to unveil what's underneath that bra and panties here in a few weeks, allegedly. So, Mark rewrite that T-flop method. He could have. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, I don't know how many calculations something called a T-flop can do. Apparently, allegedly, Sony has patented some kind of new way where something called a T-flop can do multiple things at once. I mean, again, the consoles or APUs are going to be very customized. I don't know what else to say anymore about it. So, or Matthew said maybe they're tired of getting their asses kicked. Probably. I mean, probably. I mean, it's I mean, when you bring in Matt Booty, what he did, which is we ain't gonna have no games for a year and a half or 2 years, whatever he said. Then it's like, well, we don't want no smoke with Sony. Congratulations to them. So, I mean, again, it is pretty nuts what was how this week has ended up. You feel me? So you heard there's a few new instructions set. Well, that's fine, Malrazi. I mean, I'm all for waiting for some kind of confirmation. So I'm sure with new architecture, there's new language that goes into it. So I mean, that's just me guessing about it. I'll be excited tomorrow when the stock market opens up. Hopefully AMD hits $50 tomorrow. The market hit 29,000 the other day. What cracks me up is somebody on Twitter said that, you're acting like you have stock in these companies. It's like, oh yeah, actually I do have stock in the companies. And if you were smart, you'd have stock in them too. So it's crazy. So I'm trying to see if there's any questions here. Eric is right. These bots talking about next gen, and Sony still has games coming out for PS4. Yeah, they literally said in Jack Reacher's, they literally said that Sony came out and trolled everybody at CES. It's like, how? I mean, how can you troll somebody when you actually have physical stuff coming out in the next, 40 to 65 days? All right, there's actually going to be physical media that's going to be in your hands if you want it in the next 30 to 45 days. I mean, are they not supposed to prioritize that instead of talking about something that's not even, I can't go buy a PS5. You feel me? I can't go buy a PS5. So I'd rather them talk about stuff that I'm going to be able to buy. So, well, I think a lot of them at Xbox, hasn't Mike Ybarra come out and said some stuff lately? About, how he's going to get a PS5 and a PC because he can play all the Xbox games on his PC, and that's where he prefer to play. I mean, to me, and he gets ripped for it. I mean, he got ripped for that, so I don't know why that's such a big deal. The guy is literally playing the same game. He's just accessing it from a different point. And they get mad at him. What's up, E1 Matador? They get mad at him. So I just, that's what I don't understand is, to me, the executives, the people who actually know what's going on, they're kind of backing away from this stuff. So, I mean, maybe some of these cats will take the lead. I mean, you have people saying, well, I refuse to believe Microsoft can't recover. I mean, nobody's saying Microsoft can't recover. They got enough money to recover. They'll just keep throwing money at it if they're serious. So, I mean, like I said, I mean, yeah, do I believe that Game Pass will be on a PlayStation in the next 36 to 40 months? Yes. I've said that already, though. Why do I think that? Because Microsoft has made statements like, we want you to play the games and access the games from wherever you're at with the device that you want. I'm paraphrasing that. So, what if the device that you have is a Nintendo Switch, or a Alienware UFO, whatever that thing is called? You dig? I mean, you see what I'm saying? Do you all understand that? So if they're serious about that, then they're going to have to offer what they have to everybody else. So. Rapid Pat Math is not new. It was used on. Oh yeah, nobody said it was new. They're just trying to guess on what the secret sauce is. I mean, I'm not guessing. So I'm not guessing at all. I'm waiting. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima looks interesting. I'm certainly hoping it's got some compelling characters on there. Hopefully. So yeah, the secret sauce is their games. That's not so secret. So. What up, Snow Bunny? So, what did you miss? Well, yeah, the console war is over. So, I mean, that's pretty much what you missed. So, which games are to come, however, are, well, I mean, you got The Last of Us Part 2 if you want to play it, Resident Evil 3 Remake if you want to play it, Cyberpunk if you want to play it. So, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. MLB The Show, Grand Blue Fantasy, Persona 5 Royale. I mean, there's a bunch of different games coming out for different people to enjoy. So I don't know what else to say to people at this point anymore. I mean, either go play the games or don't play them. I certainly hope you guys do go play the games. So. Snow Bunny said the foot soldiers didn't get the memo. Well, yeah, I think they got the memo, but the paper probably got in their hand, and their bodies were so moist that the paper just was, they couldn't read the what was on the paper. But I just feel bad for the people who were I don't know what the people are going to do now with their podcast. They do nothing but talk about the console war. I mean, I can sit up here. I'm going to be talking about some movies and stuff like that tomorrow morning. You know, the news with Doctor Strange's director leaving. You know, the stuff like that. I've got some more information on that. The weekend box office report. Need to talk about that. So I'll still be doing stuff. You know, and yeah, I'll be looking into cyberpunk news, see what's happening, and things like that. Rebranding it. Well, rebrand it what? You know, now I give Zaire credit, and I'll plug his new podcast with David Jaffe. I think starting Wednesday, they got a podcast. It's going to be 8 o'clock Eastern. So whatever podcast he was doing Wednesday is now off. You know, I don't know if that was Beastfire or whatever he was doing. You know, on Wednesdays, he's no longer doing it. So. You know, he's gonna be doing something with Zaire and David Jaffe. So I think it's called the Ebony and Ivory Podcast, gaming podcast. So it is. The billion for Skywalker was a foregone conclusion. Well, for me it was. I knew it would make $1 billion. It's still going. It's made its billion in. Instead of it taking 3 days or 8 days, whatever, it's taking it 18 days, give or take. So ooh. Yeah, it still made $1 billion. So it's just not that big a deal. Well, the biggest issue is a podcast reviews for a career. Yeah, I mean, again, they're gonna have to do something else. So so I don't disagree with that, Snow Bunny, at all. That they have to get a real job. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. It's kind of like, I mean, you want to go and ask them, what exactly you guys going to talk about? But you're going to have to find something else to do. It's like, do you know the way? So, just, all they want to do is talk specs because, yeah, young boy Gip. Yeah, that I agree with that. I've never seen a group of people wanting to talk about the specs of something when, I mean, but they did it a couple years ago with the Xbox Scorpio. I remember the Beast was coming, and even though you got a 980 Ti, or I think they went up maybe to the 1050s within that period of time. And it's like, you're afraid of the Xbox and it's going to be more powerful and all this kind of stuff. And, all the developers are going to leave Sony and go develop for the Xbox because the PlayStation is going to be too weak. I mean, it was all this nonsense coming out of these cats' mouths. So that Ori is the only game on Xbox you'll be getting this year. Well, yeah. Well, that's a good game. I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about that game. So, 2080 Ti, Mel and Matt, how you doing, brother? I'll wait for the 3000 series. Well, I heard that. I'm not. I can't afford something called anything with Ti in it. I just can't afford it. So I'll get something with XT. That's more in my price range. So for me, it's the 5700 XT. That's what I'm buying because I'm a 1440p guy. That's where I want to game at. And so there's no reason for me to get a 2080 Ti. Now, if somebody wants to buy me one or donate one to the church for the Messiah, donate a 1070 or 1060 or 16, whatever you want to do, I'll take it, but I physically, because, my hands are too big, so I physically can't go to the store and buy something because my hands will not go into my wallet when there's something else comparable sitting right next to it. Now, that's just me. I got some kind of new medical condition called, I ain't buying it. That's the name of my medical condition. So, IABI is what it's called. I ain't buying it. So, you already got a 1080 Ti. Then why would you buy a 2080? I mean, do you want to do ray tracing then? I guess that's the big deal. So, I mean, it's your money though. That's cool. I understand it. Definitely not going to hate on it. So, since Microsoft is finally coming home to its original pitch plan, Trojan horsing windows to the living room. Well, I mean, again, they've always wanted that. That was Bill Gates's plan, was to get windows in all the living rooms. So that's Bill Gates coming full circle right there. So the 2080 is faster and more powerful. Well, yeah, there you go. I mean, it better be for $1,000 or whatever they're charging for it. It better be 10 times more powerful. But yeah, shout out to anybody that's got a 2080 Ti or what is it called, 2080 Super. I don't know, they've got so many at this point, you know. So anybody who's got one of those cars, shout out to you, because you definitely know the way. You know the way. So, but I do not know the way. So kind of like Matt Booty. So, but will Sony show Horizon Zero Dawn 2 teaser repeat? We'll have to wait and see. I personally want to see something else. I would like to see like a Bloodborne 2 from Firm. Is it Firm or From Software? I'd like to see SOCOM or Siphon Filter. Dig into that crate, dig into the crates a little bit. We like these. When I used to DJ, that's what we used to say. I'm going to dig into the crates tonight for you. So yeah, it's I have to wait and see. But nothing against Horizon Zero Dawn, no. But to me, in order to set their event apart from all other events, they do need to show 2 to 3 games physically running, not CGI. I mean, I guess CGI will be okay, but me personally, I need a little meat next to my garlic mashed potatoes. And a CGI is nice as garlic mashed potatoes, but I want with my porterhouse, I need some A1 sauce or Heinz 57. I prefer to see something running. Now, I won't be mad if they don't show anything running. I'll just be like, well, I prefer to see something running. I will literally say that. I mean, that way I'm consistent. It's 2020, so it's the year of consistency. All right. And so I've consistently said, if you're not going to show me gameplay, then that's it. There's nothing left to say. I need more than words. There's a song came back out in the 90s, More Than Words. So, and yeah, I mean, what Microsoft showed was okay, but it wasn't gameplay. It was just CGI. So, and the CGI, some of the best CGI I've ever seen is Metal Gear 4, Guns of the Patriots. If you just want to talk about CGI, that is some of the best damn CGI in history. That was like a movie. So, yeah, I mean, I would look, if somebody wants to sit up there, I got a PayPal account. If people want to throw money in there so I can go up there and get it. I'm off tomorrow. I will go up to Best Buy tomorrow. I can be up there in like 10 minutes, and I'll buy a 2080 tomorrow. But that's going to take a little help, right there. I mean, I will. I'll have to get that. I'll have to get a different motherboard, I assume, and go from there. So I'll put that in. It'll probably take. I won't be able to use the computer for about 4 to 6 days because the Black Order will have to come over and assemble that. So Halo no longer even a Microsoft exclusive anymore. Yeah, that is sad. I mean, again, for me personally, Microsoft, when they first had the Xbox, Halo was exclusive. Splinter Cell was exclusive. Knights of the Old Republic, that was all exclusive. You had to have an Xbox for that. You move into the 360, they had Gears. It was exclusive. They had Mass Effect. Of course, I'm gonna get a Mass Effect reference in. That was that was exclusive. You had to have a 360 to have that. What was it? Ghost Recon Future Warfare, Advanced Warfare. Remember that was first shown on the 360, and everybody I about died. I didn't think a game could look like that. And especially, I was a big fan of Ghost Recon coming off of PC. So, but you needed a 360 for that. Jade Empire. Jade Empire never went to the PlayStation. I mean, it never went. And so, again, you needed a 360. So they were heavily invested in third and second party and first party exclusive deals. That's just a fact. It didn't change until we got to this generation. So, which is, I mean, you got a new group of people running the house. So the house is going to look and smell different. And it didn't work because they conditioned people for 2 different generations on exclusive content. That's reality. Grand Theft Auto 4, you had exclusive content, Lost and Damned, and the Battle of Gay Tony. That stuff didn't get to the PlayStation for what, 2 years? Was it was like exclusive for 2 years? So it is what it is. Yeah, Fable. Yeah, Fable 1 was, well, see, Fable was always disappointing. It was extremely ambitious, but yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you needed an Xbox to play Fable. Perfect Dark. I mean, these games never went to PlayStation. PlayStation had to go out and get their own version of it. You know, it was Sony that lost Tomb Raider to Microsoft. Tomb Raider went to Xbox. Final Fantasy went to Xbox. That's what was happening guys, that was just, 7-8 years ago. I played Final Fantasy 13 on the 360. I played that on my 360. So it is what it is. I mean, and now it's just like, it's like it didn't even matter. Saints Row. Yeah, Saints Row, the demo. I still remember the demo of Saints Row. That was on the 360. Very good point. So for them to now run around and act like, well, that's not that doesn't matter now. I'm sorry, but that's just not consistent with that's not consistent with what Xbox has been doing. It's not. So, now I am excited for Halo. So, I mean, I still remember Halo when I think when you attack the Covenant the first time you really attack them and they come down on those drop ships, the way it looked like a friggin' movie scene. I mean, I was like, man, this looks like a movie. They were shooting up, your team was shooting tracer fire at them, and they were shooting up at the ships that you had. I mean, it looked like a friggin' movie. It was dark. It was just like, man, I'd never seen anything like it before. Like, PlayStation does not have anything like this. Halo 3 came out, big old sign on the side of Best Buy with a Master Chief, finish the fight. I mean, midnight launch. I mean, there were no games on the PS3 that had a midnight launch that you gave a rat's ass about. And I don't want anybody, and do not lie and say, oh, you waited in line for this. You didn't do it. You didn't do it because there was nothing there. Maybe I don't even think, maybe Metal Gear 4 had a midnight launch. And again, Metal Gear 4 is still the most impressive PS3 game I've ever seen. So, yes, it is what it is. You already said Mass Effect. So, but yeah, my point is, and I remember going up to Best Buy to get Mass Effect 2, Part 2, the kiosk. As soon as you walked in, they had a kiosk set up. It was for the Xbox. It was, I don't even think it was, matter of fact, it wasn't on PlayStation yet. It was not yet on PlayStation. So I just remember going into the store and getting the game, and I had the day off, and I switched with some girls. I had to work on Saturday, which sucked. But yeah, I mean, it was crazy out there trying to get that game. But I got my hands on it, and came home and started the game, imported my game from Mass Effect 1, and started playing. And was like, oh, this is cool. Because I had romanced, I think, Liara. And Liara was on the Normandy, and Ashley wasn't on the Normandy. I mean, so it was just all kind of stuff. So, just it is what it is. The OG console, yeah. I do. I did not like the Xbox controller back in the day. That's the biggest thing, in my opinion, that they've improved. So, it is what it is. So I never played Metal Gear Online. Just ugh. So yeah, but yeah, I've been looking at the thing. I mean, there's still people saying that the PlayStation is going to be 9.2 T-flops and the Xbox is going to be 12 T-flops. It's like, well, can you send me a link on that? So Skyrim DLC was exclusive to Xbox for 1 year. I didn't know that because again, Skyrim and Oblivion, all that stuff I played on 360. Yeah, I still remember going to. As a matter of fact, it was called Electronics Boutique. I believe, at my mall here, and I remember going in there and buying Oblivion. You know, I got in there at 11:30, and the guy was like, I'm like, man, how's this game? He's like, oh man, it's real good. Blah blah blah, this and that, and you can cast spells, and some spells can only be cast in the daytime, and you know, it has all these different classes. Like, all right, I'll give it a try. And I played that game, and of course, I played it wrong. And then I found out, because I snuck back in there, and I looked at the hint book, and it said, and for Oblivion, if you've never played it, when you escape, it's going to say to deliver a letter to Wayne Priory, which is this place that you're supposed to go take this letter. Don't take that letter. You know, I got 100 hours in, and then I took that letter. And my character had joined the Thieves Guild. He had joined the Black Hand, the Assassins group. I had all these guild things. I was killing people left and right on there. And and then I decided to go ahead and pick up the main quest. And when I did, I was just massacring people because my character was like level 48, you know, before I started the main quest. So never played Lost Odyssey. So, but yeah, I mean, just you heard PS5 will be 12 T-flops, the next one will now be 15. All right, fair enough. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, man. So, you know, I just do not know. That's hilarious. AMD, I don't think has a card out. This 12 T-flops. So, I mean, I'm just letting you know. So, so this it is what it is. So, Impatient Fire, yeah, you are late. Yeah, I'll be here for another few minutes, and then I'm gonna chill. So, got the best trolling game. Guild, the best trolling game. Possibly never played it. So, you know, this it is what it is. So, yeah, that Nightbot's on fire already. But no, I mean, it's disappointing, but I'm glad the console war is over. So they should make a Microsoft can't handle the PlayStation smoke. Well, I mean, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something different. So, yeah, it doesn't like it doesn't like some symbols that trigger it. So, talk about the Nightbot. So it's out of control at this point. So it's some reason when I do OBS streaming, it doesn't, and I'm gonna have to do an OBS stream tomorrow just to make sure I can remember how to do it. So, so it was over post E3. Well, I mean, I think in 2017 when the Xbox X came out and it didn't help Xbox win a NPD, I thought that was the end of it. I thought, all right, this is over with, but they kept it going. So. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna hear it. You all better get ready for it. You know, Resident Evil 3 has been downgraded. It's not running right. They're gonna say all this kind of stuff because that's just who they are at this point. This generation has turned them into a bunch of men who bitch and moan about the side. Well, I like the Xbox controller because my hands are big. I mean, I about died when he said that today. You know, so Microsoft's being pro-consumer. Again, that's fine. Whatever to me, it's just whatever they want to say at this point. You know, so were they being anti-consumer at the beginning of this generation? That's what you're saying. So, you know, just it's nuts at this point. So, Microsoft stopped supporting 360 with games. Yeah. Yeah, they're I no longer care about what they say anymore. I mean, you know, some of them are smarter than others. But when I was on that one podcast and they were literally saying that Microsoft won E3 because they bought studios and it was a quote investment in me. You know, I was just kind of like, all right, I can't do it. You know, can't do it. You know, yeah, not gonna be able to do. I mean, whatever you need to say, I can't do it. So, You know, when you talk about a company that just because it buys companies doesn't mean they're making, you know, then Matt Shake Don't Smack Your Booty comes out and says these games are gonna go directly to Game Pass. They're gonna be AA quality. And he said something about if we can get a game that gives you a AAA experience with a AA price, like the cost of it is a AA price. It was something like that, then that's great. That's what I'm like, okay, they're telling everybody what they're doing. You know, so so I do not understand it. So it is what it is. But all right, guys, I'm gonna jump on off here, man. It's been great talking to you on this Sunday night. I'm off tomorrow. I normally work Mondays, but the schedule has changed, so I will be. I ain't got to work till Tuesday, so I got a nice little weekend here, and I can get ready for the college football championship game tomorrow night. I got all day just to rest and get ready for that. Microsoft being pro-consumer, they wouldn't start their fan base of good games for an entire generation. Well, technically, they what's good is subjective. They will say over the last 2 years that they've delivered games for their consumers. That's what they'll say. Now, whether they're good or not is subjective, but they will not say that. They will say, "Hey, look, you know." And again, they did get a lot of the third-party games to prioritize what they did on the X. They did it for like 2 years, but this year or last year, that was the beginning of the end of that, because Resident Evil, Devil May Cry 5, all that stuff is either parodied or runs better on the PlayStation. So please change my profile pic. I like that profile pic. It's let me find the way. Yeah. Do you know the way? So yeah, I just changed it before the beginning of this podcast. So yeah, whatever. It's good. But all right then, guys, that is it. I'm gonna jump on off here. I appreciate you being here. Let's see here. Yeah, have a good Monday. I'm off tomorrow. I will be sleeping in. So you all take it easy and God bless you. Thanks for coming out. Hit that like button and share. Share the care. And remember, do you know the way? Peace.